February 6th. We live and we're inside. And we're a couple minutes early because I owe you a couple minutes from the last time. To the people who are sending me messages now, I can't respond because it's 8 o'clock. Well, it's the 8th. Tonight's show is entitled, In This Pappyshow Land, Nearly Everything is a Pappyshow. And I want to tell you why that is the name of this show tonight. Because somebody put out a post today. Somebody put out a post today that a pregnant woman dropped dead in San Fernando Hospital and he had no more information to give. That was the post. And he fed up. A pregnant woman waiting on a bed dropped dead. SWRHA put out a release. They put out a media release. I see Loop carry it online. I don't know if the rest of the media, if Sabga News Network or Massy Media carry it. But the Southwest Regional Health Authority put out a release with this new PNM style. A piece of paper with a set of words, nobody name and nobody signature. You can't hand me bullshit to hold. In a court of law, I can't say, Your Honor, I was told by, the judge will ask, who said it? I don't know. It says SWRHA. But how you know that's a real document? I don't know. So whoever is putting out releases, again, all of these public organizations who put out releases but fail to sign the name to the release, I'm not giving it any credibility. At least this gentleman who put out the post about the woman in San Fernando, I'll come into our next part of that letter, you know, because the letter I read and laugh. The SWRHA say that it is libelous. Now, I want to, listen, my post on Facebook started, don't cuss, Phillip, don't cuss. Because if this woman really died, it's obscene. And if this woman didn't die, but the SWRHA putting out a release on this one, I'm going in the ass for every other woman who did. You can't pick and choose. You can't have it both ways. You can't have your cake and eat it too, or eat your cake and have it too. You can't be willing to stand up and beat your chest and say, no, this one didn't die, but can't tell us about all the ones who did. But stick a pin. You're talking about libelous, jackass. This is not cursing, this is in the Bible. And until you all can edit the Bible, and I want to hear the Pope say jackass a bad word, and I'll stop. Jackass, who put out that release? Libel is supposed to affect your ability to do business. San Fernando General Hospital is the bottom of the pool. That is the end of the line for people. They don't come into San Fernando General Hospital because they're shopping around. They're there because they have no choice. Or they're killing people inside of there and they still come in. Port of Spain General Hospital toss out a black man, a old man, to roll around on the grass and dead. Live on video. Why they put a release for that? You want to think all you're going up against, boy? You think we here to stunt? Whoever is the jackass that put out that release, put your name on it so I know who to address. Or they're playing hide and seek with the public. Whether or not this woman died, you telling us that we can't talk about our public hospital? You're mad in your ass or what? Eh? You get out of position because you wave a Balize flag and all of a sudden you're somebody. Come out, you know. Come out from behind where you're hiding. Don't give me a reason to get vexed tonight, eh? Don't cuss, Phillip. Don't cuss. Don't cuss. You think people have choice? When they reach in San Fernando General Hospital, where the hell else they going? Even if I tell them, oh, they're killing people, where else they going? Where? Miss me with your bullshit. Start off the thing vex and I wanted a calmer, gentler Phillip. Really was down in South. They're here living like Lord, but they're gone to live there like King. They're somewhere in Panama. Somebody named Andre Coffee is posting on my wall. Now I'm allowing Andre Coffee to post on my wall for a reason. Last night I told you live on social media, I had posted on my wall because somebody told me Maxi Coffee, rest in peace. Somebody told me Maxi Coffee is dead. Now that person could be telling an untruth. But seeing as everything that has anything to do with Maxi Coffee and his missing in action since September 2017 has all been lies. Seeing as Stuart Young could have lied without consequence in November and say Maxi coming back in December, and seeing as Keith Rowley, Prime Minister, could lie in December and say Maxi coming back in January, and we in February, and we ain't seeing Maxi's shadow, this person lie, no consequence to me. Talk your talk, brother. Let's share the video now. There's a wolf pack that defends the PP. You don't have to deal with the trolls. The wolf pack will deal with the trolls. When the trolls come, they get dealt with. Ignore the trolls. Panama, here I come. Eric Williams and his bandit clan. Bill Panama, you know. Bill Panama. Trini Money Bill Panama. Trini Money Bill Panama.
Look, he had a big Chinese gentleman.
Why?
Don't know his name. Say he was a big businessman.
Horse racing was he game? You used to call him some kind of ambassador. I really don't know. In this Pappyshow land, nearly everything is a Pappyshow. That is why that song played. David rather immortalized that line for me, and I'll never ever ever stop quoting it. In this Pappyshow land, nearly everything is a Pappyshow. I tell all you last night, I tell all you yesterday, when the Queen left, Trinidad was a dream. 55 years later, stunt after stunt call election later, $3 trillion later, what happened? Narco state, failed nation, bandit clan, contractocracy, owned by an oligarchy that is stealing everything. Poor black people filling the children's belly with mud. Every now and then they go send a jackass with plaques on TV to giggle with Barbie doll and tell them they get in pools. Take pools. In this Pappyshow land, we had an uprising in 1970. 1970, we couldn't bring nobody to justice. People dead. In this Pappyshow land, we had an attempted coup in 1990. Burn down police headquarters, mash up the parliament, hold parliamentarian hostages, kill people. Nobody brought to justice. In this Pappyshow land, everything is a Pappyshow. Nothing works. The Southwest Regional Health Authority want to say that this one instance is a lie. It is an untrue. What about all the others, friend? In this Pappyshow land, nearly everything is a Pappyshow. Your Minister of National Security in January of 2017 told the Parliament that 57 women from this country were trafficked. That he was certain that 57 women from this country was trafficked. The Minister of National Security is recorded in Hansard for perpetuity saying that 57 women were trafficked. That means they were stolen. Little children begging for their mommy. Husbands missing, boyfriends missing. Families looking for their daughters. Leave this morning to go to school, never come back. 57 women were stolen, bound, gagged, things stuffed in their mouth, face tape up, throwing a pirogue and ship out. 57 of our women have been stolen from this country. And while that jackass could have told the Parliament, 57 have been trafficked that he's aware of. He never said how he comes to be aware of it. And that would have been my first question. In this Pappyshow land, even the media is a Pappyshow. Because the media didn't ask him, sir, could you provide us with a list of the 57 names that you are certain were trafficked? Sir, could you tell us how you come to know they were trafficked? The opposition, Pappyshow land. The opposition is a big-ass Pappyshow. You mean to tell me Kamala couldn't stand up and say, my learned colleague from wherever the hell you are, could you tell us what is being done to bring these people back? The opposition in this Pappyshow land is a freaking Pappyshow, because this is 13 months later. I see in the feed sticking. This is 13 months later, and the only person who's still talking about these 57 women that Dora the Explorer Dillon told the nation was trafficked. He's never answered. as to what the state of Trinidad and Tobago and the multi-billion-dollar Ministry of National Security was doing to bring them back. He's never accounted. Not one woman was ever celebrated as having been returned. We've lost 57 souls on your watch, and you've not had to account. If this is a Pappyshow land, if it is a Pappyshow land, where is the opposition to stand up in the parliament every single time the parliament sits and say, Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, matter of urgent national importance, 57 of our people have been stolen. Where that? Kamala, Rudal, where that? Vassant, where Peter George Jr. and Pact? Where Mariano Brown and Conrad Enel? Where all of these people who all of a sudden want to talk? Where you all on this? 57 of our women have been stolen. There are 57 families in misery. 13 months now. The father said today or yesterday, children asking for their mother still. This pretty hairdresser from South. They still. But in this Pappyshow land, nearly everything is a Pappyshow. What making news? What making news? The headline today screams that the president-elect say she not a lesbian. Like I give a flying fart who she lying down with in the night. I don't know who Kamona was lying down with. I don't know who Max was lying down with. It never bothered me who Noor was lying down with. I didn't care who Ellis Clark was lying down with or Robbie. So why the hell would I care who Paula May Weeks lying down with? Why? Why would I care? Sabga News Network. Why was that the front page of your news? Why? Why whether or not she might be in, because you see, in this Pappyshow land, there is a law that says same-sex people cannot stimulate each other's genitalia. That's a jailable offense in Trinidad. You could smash a glass in a man's face, cut his artery, nearly kill him, cut his nerve, scar the bone, the surgeon tell me. They had to transfuse him, to stabilize him, to give him surgery, to save his life. That, you would get away with that. But genitalia stimulation is jail. In this Pappyshow land, nearly everything is a Pappyshow. Hear what I'm telling you? Hear what I'm telling you? These are the conversations we as a people have to keep having. And Keith, Christopher Mugabe, Sabga Rowley are getting information from your private meetings. I don't know if it was cabinet. I don't know if it was a Goodwood Park powwow. But I hear you documenting the policies to copy them. I hear Thursday following Carnival, or just before Carnival, all you're going to be unveiling a national security effort courtesy of the Progressive Empowerment Party. And I want to tell you, Kitos, I want to tell you, long after the glitter fades, I will be here with Vision 2020, Vision 2030, and every version of your manifesto. And I will be asking you, friend, where was this ever in the PNM? Before the Progressive Empowerment Party tell all you how to do it. Where did you get this information from? For you to suddenly get this brain fart to know how to fix things. But it's no problem, pal. Stunt for them. I will be here. I will be here because we have to fix this Pappyshow land. It cannot continue this way. Somebody just sent me a message. My partner, check this message I just had to get before I come on the show now, boy. It has hit home now. Someone who I consider an uncle. I don't know the circumstances as yet. But he had worked hard with his wife and started a catering business. And now he is missing. Utter bullshit in this place, Philip. People just find themselves that our word bullshit, you know. You see when the knife when you get that knife and it twists. And you realize, not only is a member of my family missing, but there is nobody I could rely on in the state to find him. I watched a movie the other night about a little boy that went missing in Chicago. And it was based on a true story. And how the police shut the entire city of Chicago down and moved street by street and house by house until, now you're talking about 18 million people, until they found this child. We have 1.3 million people. 57 of our women you know trafficked. How many missing to date? How many? 200, 300, 500? Give the people the real information. But Sabga News Network want to tell you that the president-elect, she ain't the boys. She don't like girls. Because bacchanal and bullshit is what the Pappyshow media had to gear. Because if they stop giving you that, if for some reason tomorrow the distraction dry up, what will be left is all of the questions that have still been unanswered. Like, why do we spend $6 and $7 and $8 and $9 billion on national security every year, more per capita than any other country in the world? Why do we spend that money and 500 people die religiously every year? Tears and blood flowing together in the street, and not one jackass in the entire parliament could answer. But Fazir Stunting Mohammed must bring me on TV6 to ask me about if I call the Prime Minister a jackass. And I own it. Yes, I call him a jackass. Who don't think he's a jackass? You and all know he's a jackass, Fazir. You and all. Because one of the people missing right now is an in-law of yours, and I hear that information. So you and all know he's a jackass. Give me the truth. Give me the truth. But you had the interim political leader of the Progressive Empowerment Party on your station. But you didn't want to talk that we had 13 very well-attended public meetings. You didn't want to discuss that every Saturday, 40 Saturdays almost in a row, we had a packed house in Stanmore Avenue. You didn't want to discuss our plans, programs, policies, and ideas. You wanted to stunt. You wanted to see if you could chain up and tie up and twist up Phillip Edward Alexander. But I had news for you. We needed a stunt, and you get to provide it free of freaking charge. TV6, miss me with your bullshit. And I want to tell Trinidad and Tobago something. At some point, all of them out of work. At some point, when they come out, I just bounce up my media friend and them, no longer have a work. Sabga can't pay you, Massey can't pay you. Because right now, when you go in any of the Guardian news, Guardian media, I go in Guardian media a long time. There was a time I was their sweetheart. So I go in there a long time. When you go in there now, like a ghost town. Nobody there. No, when you go in where they used to write the news, if you see desk, one person. They can't pay salaries. Why? Because they have only so much lies Sabga could lie and put Sabga ad in Sabga papers to make you feel that they have advertising. They have nothing. As Robert Amara say, that's left pocket or right pocket. That's nothing. Massy media too. Massy media have nothing to sell but massy stuff. And you know, all I'm saying is, you're living in a country where the media is supposed to defend the governed, not the governors. We learned that in the Post. The publisher said, you and I may be friends. We grew up together. Our children grew up together. We've been friends for life. But I am the media. I am the media. I have a responsibility to the governed, not the governors. But we don't know that here. Here, we willing to lie down on we back and open we leg for a blue light drive and an apartment in One Woodbrook Place. Because here, this is a Pappyshow land. And journalism in this country is devoid of ethics. It's a stunt game. It's a jiggly, giggly, jackass game every morning. But who watching it? Who watching it? But you know who watching what? Last night I called somebody's name and she was able to call me today and say, Phil, why you doing me that? I said, last night was Marshall Monday. How you hear about that? Because if even Marshall Monday couldn't drown we, brother, afraid it. I'm telling you, afraid it. And Keith Christopher Mugabe, Sabga Rowley, you will defend your track record. You will defend it, brother. You will defend it every single. Call your state of emergency. Call it, because that will be your last hurrah. Call your state of emergency. That is an admission of complete failure. That is, you have no idea what to do. Like Kamala, when she called hers, she had no idea what to do. She had not a single clue. And all of them who defend all that bullshit, let me tell you something. You see, inside them political parties, what Vernon Dilemma used to say, you tie up like crab. You want to talk, but you can't talk. It's after they're done and they come outside, here, Barrett. All of a sudden, Barrett have voice. Barrett talking about how things hard inside the party. And Kamala used to work by fiat. But the same Kamala who worked by fiat had that jackass receiving 3 ministerial salary. Vasant Bharat had 3 ministries under him. He didn't find it was a problem then when he was stunting his ass paid for by the state. Now that he outside, he could talk. Mariano Brown, Conrad Enel, are waiting for Emery Brown. Are waiting for Emery Brown. All now so eating cabinet food, drinking state wine. In Brazil, where they send him? Like yourself, brother. I ain't getting you wrong, you know. I ain't getting you wrong. Listen, everybody have a role to play in life. You could either be a decent human being, or you could take advantage of every opportunity you get and fill your freaking belly. Explain to the people what you doing for them stunting down in Brazil. Explain to the people why we still need ambassadors and high commissioners in far-flung places when a text and a WhatsApp is instantaneous. Explain that to the people. But a Progressive Empowerment Party government will reduce that cost and shut down all of those embassies and all of those high commissions because they're just stunting work and job for the boys. That's what they are. That's what they are. Neil, this boy Neil, Chandra Sharma put his entire family to work, you know. This boy Neil, who was the minister, the ambassador to the United States, all of them just well positioned themselves to eat well, drive around nice, shine their shoes to match the stones and like up themselves. And that's all they bring to the table, you know. And kill them dead. They consider that they serve the nation. How? How? Quantify it for me. Because a Progressive Empowerment Party government would only have ambassadors and high commissioners who understand that your role are two things. Sell Trinidad and Tobago to the world and bring joint venture partnerships that hire our people, foreign direct investment to the country. If you can't do one or the other, or if you can't do both, fire yourself. Fire yourself. Right now, London's stunting in London. Where's he work? Where's he work? What are you doing? Why would Trinidad need a high commissioner to London now? Why? BP here. BP headquarters is in Trinidad. So we don't need to go to London. They're here. We have no other use for London. So why is he there? Wasting Trinidad money. Paying boys and girls to play with each other at the state expense. And that is what politics and elections are in this country. To the winner goes the spoils. About 30% of the budget is bullshit politics money. That's just spread out and paid for people to play with one another. And it's obscene, it's upsetting. And I have to say it like this so you understand. Because I want to pull them low. I want you to see and smell the disgusting fragrance of the obscenity of what has been passing for leadership in this country 55 years. I hear Ellis Clark used to stand up on the balcony, light a cigar when he have guests, and piss over into the presidential flowers to prove that he had power. Because you don't have nothing else. You have nothing else. After you realize that your life has been reduced to a highly paid stunt, there's nothing else for you to do. You're the president with no power. Every now and then they will summon you. Somebody had told me once, he said, you know when you're rich? When you ring a little bell and somebody's come and say, yes sir. And somebody else in that line say, that ain't rich. Rich is when you have somebody on the payroll who work it is to ring that bell. You see, these people get themselves into a position where life becomes meaningless. There is only so much clinking, so much twirling, so much whirling you could do. After that, you start to question, what did I do with my limited life? I don't have much. If I use it to stunt and clink and twirl and whirl, what happens when it runs out? When I lie down on my deathbed and I look back, even if I, Phillip Edward Alexander, fail, even if I fail at what I am trying to do, I would be so sure that I gave it my all. I put my everything on the line. I held nothing back. And I gave it away for free. In fact, it's cost me money. But that's okay. Because I would know that for all the people that I leave behind, I tried. And I know I've changed the conversation. We have changed the conversation. The Progressive Empowerment Party has changed the national conversation. People are not taking bullshit anymore. People are not taking bullshit anymore. Pablo Escobar took a picture of himself in front of the White House while being the most wanted man in the world. I like that. That is the level of not giving up. I was banned from saying the word jackass. I was asked to start using the word donkey. But I don't think it is fair to donkeys to associate it with some of these stunters in the parliament. And I use the word stunt, you know, poser. Because I want you to look at the whole parliament. I want you to read the whole, watch the parliamentary channel, listen to the exchange. Everything that they do, that takes hours to do, because I want to explain this. And if you want to see this for yourself and you have some time to waste, next time Parliament sits, go and read the order paper and sit down inside of there and listen to the exchange. Because this, you're not going to believe me when I tell you. You see how this go through the night into the next morning and 2-3 days they're debating. Still, at the start, the decision was made. Because at the start, the decision was made. Who had the votes already knew that that was the decision that was going to be made. So what you were supposed to get in the parliament, in this little 2x4 postage stamp dot of a country, is the government stands up and reads the government's position. And then the opposition stands up and reads the opposition's position, and then the speaker puts it to a vote. But that don't take place here. Because you need to be fooled. You need to think that what's going on in that parliament is some kind of highfalutin nonsense, but it's bullshit. It's bullshit. You have to watch and listen to them make joke about each other, and Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, stand up and oh gosh, man, that's such a foolishness. It's theater. It's circus. We don't need all of that. You need, this is a country that you could run with a team, with a committee. This is a country where the people should have more say than they do. We have so many levels of government and the people have no say. How is that? How is that? The people have no say. So many levels of government and the people have no say. We have a parliament that is broken up into a House of Representatives and a Senate. And they can't explain to you yet, because the government controls the majority in the Senate. And any law or any bill that they bring that is a simple majority, regardless of what they do in the Senate, the camera could pan the Senate and all of them playing small goal. It don't make a difference to what's going on in the House, you know, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Whatever the Senate do, whatever they say, ultimately the decision was made at the start. And there's nothing, and if for a minute, if for a microsecond, a senator votes conscience, the prime minister could automatically fire those 2 senators or 3 senators, as Bastio Pandey did, and put people who will vote for them, vote in their favor. So it's friend and family thing. It's friend and family thing. We, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, have to face the reality that nothing in this country works. When I say that to you, that is not the end, that's the start. Facing that nothing works is the start. That's our starting position. We know where we want to be. We know we want health care that works where nobody has to go there to die. We want education that at the end of the 10 years, children come out of school with knowledge, the ability to logically deduce, capable of critical thinking. We don't just teach them what to think and recite foolishness like Eric Williams was the father of the nation, but we teach them how to think. We teach them to ask questions. We prepare them for life. We give them a springboard. We give them a springboard from which to go into the world. Now, there are things that you have to know. You have to know how to read. You have to know, well, knowing how to write in about 20 years will be, whether you know or don't know, it doesn't matter. You better know how to type. But knowing how to read is important. So you had to read what they text in here. And you had to be able to communicate. So right now, writing is still the major thing of communication. So they should be teaching typing in school. They should be teaching social media skills in school. Because social media is the way of the world of the entire future. That's the future. All and everything else they've done. All and everything else they've done as a government. They've not yet given us free island-wide broadband Wi-Fi. And they should. They should. That, instead of the pool, give the people that. Because in Lavantil, more for Beatum Sea lots, there are people who are desperate and will use that opportunity to better themselves. You see, social media and the digital platform of the internet, they call it the information superhighway for a reason. Because it could take you anywhere you need to go in an instant. Yes, many will use it for porn. Man, for all of history, when men learned to draw on caves, the second thing they draw was a sex scene. Humans like to stimulate themselves. That will never change. So move on. Move on from that. Even if 99% of the people use it for porn, 1% bill our WhatsApp. WhatsApp is a multi-billion-dollar US Uber, Airbnb. You trying to tell me that we in Trinidad and Tobago don't have anybody that come up with something that changes the world? The internet creates that opportunity. Why are we not giving them that? Everybody have a smartphone in their hand. That is the communication device of the future. Why don't we link everybody to the world? Why don't we link our citizens to the world? I was in Starlight Drugs tonight and I saw breadfruit flour in a bag and I thought, wow, I didn't know we had breadfruit flour. There should be more breadfruit flour everywhere than wheat flour. We don't grow wheat, but we could grow breadfruit by the mile, by the ton. We should be manufacturing breadfruit flour to the world. Trinidad should be specializing in breadfruit flour doubles and breadfruit flour potato pie and breadfruit flour bread. Because breadfruit, unlike wheat, doesn't spike your blood sugar. It stabilizes it. It's low glycemic. But forget all that high-sounding information as if that was important. What is important is it would save foreign exchange. Because we're importing wheat flour at a time when we don't need to. We could make cassava flour and we could make breadfruit flour and we could make all of the... I've had cassava bread. It's a little denser than wheat bread. But I would learn to live with it. I would learn to live with it. And you could imagine the people who sell red mango should be able to sell red mango on Amazon.com. And on why we don't have a Caribbean platform for sales. All of these things. I mean, the first thing Trinidadians do is make portal for party. Because the first thing we want to do is party. But after that, everybody driven by money. And money and capitalism on the internet is the great new frontier. Why are we closing it off to our people? Like decriminalizing marijuana. We raised that issue too. That is the next big grand frontier. California making billions growing marijuana for medicine. Why Trinidad not growing Caroni? Why Caroni is not the marijuana business now? You have all the land right now. Set it up. Reopen Caroni and grow cannabis and sell it to the world, medicinal marijuana. Because we would grow better marijuana in Trinidad than anybody else could grow. Because we have the best soil and the best climate. We make for that. And we already have land that properly fertilized and sitting out there a decade now doing jack all. Plant weed there and it will grow, no pun intended, like weeds. And we could have right there and then solve the problem of finance. Because it's cocoa and sugar put this country on the map. Oil carry we for 2 booms. But Trinidad never feel the boom. The boom money was stolen. For a little while, we stuck. Money was flowing like grease, but it gone. Because the same way it come, it gone. But cocoa and sugar carried this country for decades. Marijuana could carry this country. Hemp is being used to make clothes, to make construction material. We could be cornering the market. Why are we not doing that? Free broadband Wi-Fi. Use Caroni to plant marijuana and sell it to the world for medicinal marijuana and make Tobago the cruise ship hub of planet Earth. Those 3 things, immediately, recession done. Recession done. You know what I'm telling you? And Kita, we ain't not growing it to light it up. I remember they used to have a sign outside a place I used to go to say, any marijuana found in this place will be confiscated and burnt. Listen. Truth of the matter is, alcohol and tobacco are not legal in Trinidad, you know. They are decriminalized. If you have more than, I think, 3 liters of alcohol in your house and you don't have a license for it, you're breaking the law, you know. You need to have, there is an actual book and a license permit that you are, that anybody who sell you alcohol supposed to write out and give you once you cross a certain amount of liters, and it's like 3 bottles. That is not legal. That is decriminalized. You are being allowed to move it with a permit. There's only so many cigarettes you could buy. After that, and you can only buy licensed brands of cigarettes. You can't just bring any cigarette. You can't grow your own tobacco. It is not legal. It is decriminalized. Decriminalize marijuana the same way Johnny Walker Black is decriminalized. Decriminalize marijuana the same way Black Label and VAT 19 rum are decriminalized. You have to understand the high levels of bullshit that passes for governance in this country. They play with your mind. They play with your mind. They give you halfway talk, bacchanal and distraction instead of real conversation. This country have no business being in a recession tonight. And the fact that we have not fired this government as yet is a testimony to how insecure we as a people are. That we don't understand that self-respect should be the first order of business in Trinidad and Tobago. I am a citizen of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. You will serve me or I will fire you. That's how you must be. That's the position you must take. In this country, we have a death penalty, but we cannot enforce it. In this country, gambling is illegal, but you can open a casino on any corner. This is Trinidad and Tobago, a Pappyshow land. Everything. Everything. You bring it up and I can show you. The plastics industry giving government, giving political parties big donation at election time so they don't bring a beverage container bill. Because a beverage container bill will prevent flooding in this country. So they don't want that because they will put the cost of cleaning up after themselves against these same gougers. These same people who gouge in. And listen, when you flood, it is almost an insult to irony that the water companies just come and give out water. It's all you cause it. It's all you cause it. We have no dustbins in this nation. We have no public toilets. If you out in public and you want to pee, there is nowhere for you to go and pee. There are no public toilets. So you pee somewhere in public and they could charge you for that. In this Pappyshow land, nothing is done properly. Nothing is planned. Nothing is sensible. Everything is advantage. Everything is open to interpretation. Look at the blasted tint law. The tint law. We have a tint law where nobody could tell anybody what is the correct amount of tint that is legal. How much is illegal? The car companies tell you, well, but I think it's at 35%, but I ain't sure. Because you could bounce up the wrong police and they could make you take off all. Now, how is that possible? How is that real in a country where you're supposed to be able to say, Mr. Officer, according to chapter, subsection, I am not breaking the law. So if you would like you and me to take my car to your police station, we could do that. But I want you to know, I earn $500 an hour. So after we waste all of this time, I'm going to be invoicing you. Because I am telling you the law, and you should know it. You are an officer of the law, so you should know it. But in this Pappyshow land, nearly everything is a Pappyshow. We have had jokers come and jokers go, stunting in that parliament, stunting as government, stunting in cabinet, stunt after stunt after stunt. UNC and PNM, stunt after stunt. Who thief less, who build more. Oh God, man. Not one thing of value to the people. Not one thing. They build, Kamala build box drain by the mile. Make overnight billionaires of some ass dragging. I mean, some of these people, when I tell you I vex you, because we have so much work to clean that up now. We have so much work to clean that up. I want to ask, keep Christopher Rowley, Mugabe, first black Syrian. I want to ask you, when Rahal and Gillen was building Renaissance Tower and you was a member of parliament for Diego Martin West, when the people of Shorelands came and told you that there is a convention that prevents them building it beyond 3 stories, why you didn't help the people? Why? You were their elected representative. Why you sold them down the river? Why? In this Pappyshow land, nearly everything is a Pappyshow. And we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, It is up to us to decide, going forward, knowing where we want to be. We want affordable food. We want housing for all. We want the minimum wage to be a living wage. We want a clean, honest, decent police service. We want education that educates and healthcare that delivers first world healthcare. We want those things. We all know that we want those things. So why aren't we working together to get those things? We told Trinidad today, why has no government broken WASA up into 41 sub-companies and give every constituency funding and responsibility for their own water? If you spend $2 billion on water this year, divide that by 41 and give each constituency their share and tell them, deal with your own water. Solve your own problem. Because all of a sudden, you will find out Sangre Grande have good water, and Diego Martin have good water, and St. Anne's West have good water. Maybe Mayaro may not have the best water. And you will know who need help and who need governmental intervention. But all of a sudden, the country will start to work. But if you do that, you will no longer be able to thief. You will no longer be able to give Siaman and them backhoe contract to go and cut ravine in the Bitam at 5 and 6 times the cost. And because that is what they just do. And when government change, burn down the office records. Twice. Accidentally. And ironically, the only place that had no water to outfire was the place responsible for water. The truth is in your hands. You have it. 100,000 people watch these videos every week. You have all the information. Facebook told me this week, you've crossed 1 million likes. 1 million likes. 1 million likes. You know what that means? Because I kind of do a little estimation myself. If 1 million likes also means 20 or 30 people who saw the post but didn't interact with it at all, that's 20 million interactions. Fazir, come down here now. Come on social media. Come here where the people have been saying. Come here. Come here. Because in this Pappyshow land, the people of this country deserve better. Deserve absolute better.
Hey, senior! You see anything with daddy and his past here? You must know them. Big pocket in his friend.
Blue money in their pocket, boy.
You don't see them, senior? No, man.
The children sending pictures from France and Spain. The wife on Instagram, look what I got. State money. State funds. Say your husband is a bandit now.
It really was down in South, but it was in Mexico that them was talking about. Them rich Trinidadians show me this whole El Dorado thing. They here living like lords, but they want to live there like kings. As they get a little money in their pocket, they hide in the cacada. And when you miss them, scam on them, the somewhere in Panama. So I going to Panama. I got to go to Panama. What is this they have over here? Making Trini just gone clear. Some say that they gone with thousands. Some talking about tens of thousands. I hear they mention million. I put the tension million. I don't like those dogs, so I take in a walk and I don't like to eat it wrong. Partner, stamp the passport. Panama, here I come. Some say that they gone with thousands. Some talking about tens of thousands. I hear they mention million. I call it pension million.
Dave Lux, I want you to tell me now whether thumbs up or thumbs down. You giving Nigel Salik a blind?
Look, they had a big Chinese gentleman who I don't know his name. Say he was a big businessman and racing was the game.
They used to call him some kind of ambassador, I really don't know. But in this Pappy Show land, nearly everything is a Pappy Show.
They say he had a riding partner, they called this partner the world. I had to finish the movie line when I reached the next verse.
I go into Panama. We gotta go there, but tonight we distracted. Tonight we distracted. Nigel Salek, boy, Dave, give you a blighty. Good job, Dave. When you look, and before I forget this, I have so much things going on in my mind at one time. Satish asked if anybody would be willing to donate plain orange and plain black t-shirts. They are doing a program with the membership card right after Carnival, and all members getting a free t-shirt, and we need t-shirts to give away, and we have the printers already, Darius, Dolly, and Floyd and Annes. Between them they print. Sorry, I didn't see that my shirt was unbuttoned. No, let's stop that. Stop that slackness. Anyway, we need orange t-shirts and black t-shirts, all sizes, any sizes except extra large. We already have enough extra large. I'm saying again, and I'm asking again, again, messages all over. Yes. Orange t-shirts, black t-shirts. If you get this, if you would like to help, reach out to Satish. Satish is on the thread. If you can't find Satish, reach out to Felicia, reach out to Dave Lux, reach out to Lima, reach out to Seranabi, reach out to any of the PEP members that you see with the PEP frame. If you can't remember to do all of that, reach out to me, private message me. I'll put you in touch with who you need to be in touch with. Yeah? Plain talk. Plain talk. But going forward from here, the news feed today was troubling. The news feed was troubling. So many of our people, distracted. I sat down and listened to Soca Kingdom today. And it would be an insult to shit to call Soca Kingdom shit. Soca Kingdom has work to do to come back as shit. It's not enough. But you're living in a country where Road March is bribed, bought, and paid for in advance. When music trucks play songs already, you see, I tell the parliament, the law, the vote done decided. The ones chowling on and them drop it. You know, all them trucks had to play it. And the drunk asses on them. I remember I was in a party once and we went in the back, I went in the wrong room looking for the bathroom, and I saw people pouring Johnny Walker Red in Johnny Walker Black bottles. I said, but how you could do that? They say, we run out of Johnny Walker Black, and the people calling for Johnny Walker Black. I said, but they will tell the difference. Tell me now. After the third drink, people, you could give them sauce. They can't tell what they're drinking. It's the same thing with soca. But I listened tonight also to this girl, Patrice Roberts. I love that song. I love Patrice Roberts' song. I love it. And I don't like that kind of soca, but at least she's singing. The rest of them is a set of friggin' auto-tune and rehash, regurgitated nonsense. You can't tell Soca Kingdom from the last 5 years of music. Miss me with that bullshit. Why you don't have a better sense of self-respect? Why you don't have a better standard for yourself? I mean, it is so much nonsense. The time that I took to listen to it, my brain wanted to escape from my head. And poor Super Blue, he sprung out all the money. So he need a payday. So anybody who hiring him to do a little back it up on the thing, he there with them. He there with them. People ask me why I give Nyla Blackman so much stress. I don't like auto-tune. If you can't sing, don't sing. If you can't sing, don't sing. I like Patrice Roberts' song. And I wanted to say that Because I love calypso and I love culture and I love, this is Chilean culture, this is what I grew up with. You don't have to be black or white to claim it. In this country, you could be a black Syrian and a red Chinese and a white Indian. You could be anything. This country, all of we grew up together, one big melting pot, claim your thing. And I love soca. I hate what it done to soca. And I hate that that piece of shit going to win Road March already. I used to hear about Aliong and Agostini and all these different people who was involved in manipulating calypso and calypso results long ago. They used to call them, what, the soca mafia or the calypso mafia or something. Some kind of thing like that. Something like that. And people who really have talent can't get a break. Can't get a break. Marshall, oh God, man, take a friggin' break. Do me a favor, take 2 years off and watch and see real talent come up in this country. But you see, promoters and all, what is passing for culture now is just payday, payday, payday. You're going Marshall Monday, Tuesday on the rocks, wildness in Wednesday, soca, all this shit is the same party, you know. Insomnia is morning party and water for black people, and soca is morning party and water for white and Indian people. The culture has become shit. It is the same exact party, the same exact acts, the same exact song, in the same exact order, and you're going and you're whining and you're jamming rehearsed. So nothing new. Nothing is new. And the last time I did anything with Carnival, I said, this is shit. This is not culture. This is payday. You must not know where's the excitement of Carnival if everything is already organized. And you get the same people making the same food in Fatima all-inclusive that you get making it in St. Mary's all-inclusive. So what is the point? Location? I don't understand it. And I really want to ask. I really want to ask. Because we're losing it. And then you have some good, decent people still inside the thing fighting up year after year after year. Trying to get our culture. Kurt Allen, Chicanal, David Rudder still. These people. But you've killed it. You've killed Normandy used to do a thing called Under the Trees. I don't know if they still do it. But every year they used to bring all these Calypsonians and they used to have opportunity to hear people who you wouldn't normally hear. They're talking about why the tent dead. You live in a country, doggy come for a bone. So if the bone was kicking there, that's what the PNM do. The PNM rewarded Calypsonian for singing Indian bashing Calypso. So this year, the same jackass Shagalos who trying to understand why nobody in the tent kill the goose that was laying the golden egg. People of every race were supporting you, and we thought you was going to hit red, yellow, wherever. Same lash. But when all of you sell all your soul, I bet you Mr. Shaq this year. Mr. Shaq, I'm willing to bet money, and I didn't hear anything as yet. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I will take my wrong. But I'm willing to bet the same Mr. Shaq that shared bois on the UNC come in and sing some bullshit this year other than facing Rowley. Because if it's anybody need bois this year, it's Rowley Stewart and Faris Al-Rawi. But I don't think Mr. Shaq had them belly. I really don't think so. But I'm looking to see. And that is why a lot of people want nothing to do with culture anymore. That's why a lot of people want nothing to do with Carnival. So Carnival become one big drunken fete that end in a rolling orgy for 2 days on the road in hot sun. And that we culture. And people want to know why this society hypersexualized. But that's a talk for another time. We were deconstructed like they've been deconstructing it for 20 years. But the money men know. The money men know in this Pappyshow land, everything is a Pappyshow. And until you get a government that could face down the Bankers Association, open the market, bring 10 new banks into this country to give them competition, so all them line and fees and all that nonsense dry up like 5-cent shave ice in hot sun. But you don't have that government yet. But the Progressive Empowerment Party government guarantees you interest on your deposits in the banks.
Your vote will decide our destiny. Your vote will decide what you want to be. Your vote can protect our country's fate. One use it well
Before it's too late.
if it is that who you're voting.
Fail beyond a doubt. When you're voting,
Vote them out.
vote them out.
If it is they prove it to be your thing full of mouth. When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the time is now that change should come about. Just as how you vote them in.
Vote them out.
Register and vote them out. If they dance it, vote them out. Stain your finger and vote them out. Show them no mercy, vote them out. Vote them out with total scorn and utter disdain. Let's put our country
Together again.
Vote them out of power.
Terminate the reign.
Let's put our country together again.
Pausing it for a second, this Saturday, and I have to announce it this Saturday, we are not open to the public. This is not the public, and I apologize. We are not open to the public, but all of the usual members, you know yourselves, the people who built the Progressive Empowerment Party, the frontliners, all those who speak on the party's behalf, Wolfpack members, all of the advisors, the executive, all of the overseas members, all team leaders, all of you are required at headquarters at 10 o'clock this coming Saturday for an intense policy conversation. There will be a feedback session and there will be refreshments. There's also going to be an audiovisual component. We have some foreign-based members here, so it's critical that we do this and get it out of the way. I know it is Carnival Saturday and I am sorry. Come down early, get there, let's get this out of the way.
If for 30 years
50 years.
you voting them in, and there's only chance
As soon as they win,
they give you big words and enslave your souls, promising you roads and giving potholes.
if they are the reason why the economy,
Won't sprout
when you're voting,
vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the passing laws,
that them alone can float.
when you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the building eyesores,
East, west, north and south, just as how you vote them in.
vote them out. Register and vote them out. Totally
Vote them out.
take your finger and vote them out. Rescue the country. Vote them out. Vote them out with tempo. They have made fail. Let's put our country together again. Vote them out with calypso and joyous refrain. Let's put our country together again.
All those who would like to come, if you are unsure if you make me great, but if the PEP is what you stand for and you want to be a member of the PEP and you want not just a member, but you want to be involved in what we do in building the party and get yourself involved at some level with inside the party on one team or something, and you bring in something to the party, then of course contact me. I will make sure that you're there. Contact me. We want everybody. We're building out this party and we rather include than exclude. Now I'm saying this, and this is very important. I need you to pay attention to this. Those who could bake cake, bake cake. Those who could make cookies, make cookies. Walk with where you could walk with chicken puff, beef pie, anything you can walk with and bring and share, bring. We will organize drinks and everybody will be happy. Yeah? And those who know how to make things like those cheese sandwich with the multicolors, I ain't see that since I was a little boy at party. Sausage rolls is a nice thing too. Sausage rolls is a nice thing. Bring sausage rolls. And we will have, bring palori, all that kind of thing. If you're coming from south, stop in Debe and bring Sakina and Baigani and all of that. Kachori, bring them things. If their policy is a complete fallacy, a catastrophe. Nicholas, you're asking that like you're not sure. The answer is always roti. It's for them to go. No, don't bring no fried sandwich.
If it is fabrication, these statements that they spout.
When you're voting, vote them out.
If it is that frustration,
and Punwa, I hear you could well cook. Your son-in-law tell me you could well cook. Don't walk like a boxer with your two hands swinging. Before they misuse out, teeth out, sell out, and digs out. If it is you who vote them in, take responsibility. Vote their ass out. Vote them out. Vote them out. Vote them out.
Put them out in Scarborough and in Port of Spain. Let's our country together again. Put them out in Kamuto and
Damian Salandi. This is a diet that has a cheat day on a Saturday. People must come first.
citizens by right.
Citizens by right.
None of we are worse.
None of we are worse.
Yellow, black, or white.
Yellow, black, or white. Who shelter and clothes. Free movement and speech. A garden that grows. And one law for each. Let me tell you something. I live in the West, and every single morning when I listen to those sirens part in the crowd, I'm thinking, here is our royalty, our elected royalty who can't wait. Them can't sit in traffic. They're more important than you. And when I tell you every morning, that's just pissed me off. Because the same stunting jackasses who can't solve the traffic problem, pushing you aside to get through it. You see, that is unacceptable.
If it is that injustice is what they always show.
That is injustice.
When you're voting, vote them wrong. Vote them wrong. If it is that avarice is all they seem to know. When you're voting, vote them wrong. Vote them wrong. If it is their politics,
It's just a Pappyshow. When election day come, all bandit must go.
register and if they don't see, stay no finger and show them no mercy.
Them and the system,
Vote them out.
them and the oligarchy, them and the contractocracy, them and all the chamber of commerce friends, them and the madness that passes for governance. Terminate their reign. Most blessed paradise on earth, Eden. We live in utopia. We live in the Garden of Eden. This is biblical Eden. We live in it. We live in the best country in the world. No other country comes close. Trinidad and Tobago is paradise on earth. We have the best country in the world. Why are we not defending it? Why are we not fighting to make it better? Why we don't insist on systems, policies, plans, and governance that make sense? Why we don't ask? Today I said a progressive empowerment party will ensure and enshrine a citizen's bill of rights, an animal bill of rights, and an environmental bill of rights. No longer will stunters be able to rape and raid the Aripo savannah to put money in their pocket. These jackasses so stink and dirty. You don't think they knew what they was doing? A savannah that protected since 1937. They mash it up. Them don't care. Them don't have to care. Them don't have to care. And I tell them, yeah, don't cuss, Phillip. Don't cuss. But you see that? I want to cuss for that. I want to cuss. Every Trinidadian should be angry that the kind of shit that passed as government in this country for the past 55 years, we had money that could have buy Dubai. We spent $3,000 billion. Where the hell that money gone? Where it gone? We spent $3,000 billion in the last 55 years, mining 1 million people. Where that money gone? We could have buy the rest of the Caribbean. Jackassery and stunting as government. Not one of those prime ministers. Don't cuss, Phillip. Don't cuss. This country deserves much better. The people of this country deserve much better. Mova Bitam, Lavantil, Silot, Embacade, Enterprise, Big Yard, Scorpion, Bagatelle, River Estate, those places like Hoketa, they need a rescue, they need a right sizing, they need a fix, bring them back into society. Trinidadians are brilliant, beautiful people. We've left so many of our people outside and pushed them aside. We force them into criminality and then complaining about crime. This is a Pappyshow land, and in this Pappyshow land, nearly everything is a Pappyshow. But I want to tell you something. The Progressive Empowerment Party, we tell you what, we tell you how. Thursday night, you're seeing who? Our national security advisors, and they're willing to debate all these stunting artists from both sides. Red and ready and yellow and steady. Come, defend your track record. Bring your policies, bring your manifestos. Because you can't just copy and paste PEP policies now and say agree. Because when you had office, what did you do? What did you do? peptrinbago@gmail.com is our email address. If you would like to join or more information, send an email to peptrinbago@gmail.com. peptt.com is our website for updates and information. Keep current on the website. Maya Khan keeps posting the YouTube link. We have a YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. If ever the Facebook feed goes down, we will be live on YouTube. We ain't stopping. If they shut down social media, I will go and stand up on the side of the road. People will tell you, Phillip Alexander is live. We're not stopping. We're going to rescue Trinidad and Tobago. The train is on the tracks. The Orange Revolution is here. The Orange family, the Orange Army, the people of Trinidad and Tobago now has an opportunity. One people under one flag, together, united in common cause to rescue, save, and right-size our blessed Eden, to out the fire, to turn the Titanic around. Rome must no longer burn to the ground. It is time for us, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, to stand together and say, this is totally unacceptable. We will not accept this anymore. We are going to rescue our country, and it starts now. It starts with you. Join the party, get on board, get involved, bring your expertise, bring your skill sets, help us raise funds. If you are wealthy and you could throw some money our way, pelt some money our way. You see what we're doing and how hard we're working. None of us in this for a payday. We in this to rescue the country. If you want a better country for you to grow old and retire in, and for your children and your grandchildren to grow up in, come help us do it. Because waiting for red crapper and yellow crapper to do it, you will run out of freaking life. Trinidad and Tobago, our time is now. This is the last chance. There will be no other. All of these stunters that organizing themselves, the olive oil party and the rest of these jokers, all them looking for is a payday. Trinidad and Tobago needs a real political party built on philosophy and ideology, bringing plans, programs, and policies. Ask them, how will you fix traffic? How will you fix education? People just call me. Ask Richard Blaze. He called me today. I just wake up from a nap. Phillip, this traffic have me upset. How would you fix traffic? We have an answer for everything. And not only what, how and who. We'll give you deliverables and timelines. We're bringing out our manifesto at the end of this year, 2 years before election due. Reboot the Republic. And with that document is coming another one called Undo and Redo that will show you not just the what, the how and the who. Trinidad and Tobago needs you. It needs you to stand in its defense. Governments come and governments go, and life get worse and harder in Trinidad and Tobago. This is no longer acceptable. The PEP app exists for you. PEP app, P-E-P-A-P-P. It is free at all app stores and it belongs to you. This is your political party. This is your political family. This is yours. Use it as a tool to rescue your country and make life better in Trinidad and Tobago. We are looking to you, to all of you, to come on board and help us. This is no longer about talk, bacchanal and noise. This is about Trinidad. Trinidad and Tobago needs a government that will stand and defend and serve the people of Trinidad and Tobago. All of this that you see going on in the parliament, the government and the cabinet, all of that, stunted jokiness, all of that, unacceptable. This Pappyshow land, we need to fix it. Stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.